Let me mark. You need a sticky note? Oh, you got a bookmark. You're professional. Shay says sticky note. Sticky note. That's a barbecue card. That's where I'm pimping at. Come get barbecue slaps. Okay.
I got a homemade bookmark.
Homemade. You made it?
No, my friend did.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember you telling me that.
She do like pen needling, punch needling.
Oh, okay. Shout her out. Okay. Okay. So, chapter 1, the mountain is you.
The mountain is you.
The mountain is you. All right. Let's dive in, Shay. What'd you pick up in chapter 1?
All right. I picked up the last paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
It says self-sabotage is what happens when we refuse to consciously meet our innermost needs, often because we do not believe we are capable of handling them.
What page are you on?
Page 12. Sorry.
Because we are not self-sabotage is a coping mechanism?
Yes.
Okay, speak on it.
Okay. Hey, why did I have to go first?
What do you mean?
Self-sabotage is what happens when we refuse to consciously meet our innermost needs, often because we do not believe we are capable of handling them.
Dang it, the camera. Hold on. We gotta both get it. I think you need to scoot over.
Scoot over? Okay.
Yes. Ah, wow. There you go. Bring her with you. All right. Yes.
That's it. I
That's
need to put it in closer.
Yep. And you can lean back now or get comfortable. There you go. You don't have to be that close. Yeah, you're good.
You sure?
Yeah. I promise. Okay, yeah. All right, all that back and forth. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, Shay. So the mountain is you.
Yes.
Transforming your self-sabotage into self-mastery. Great book. Yes. Well, great first 2 chapters.
Yes.
First.
Don't get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, don't get ahead of ourselves. I think there's 27 chapters. We're only on chapter 2. Okay, so you were talking off camera about page 12?
Yes.
Okay, what you got?
Last paragraph. Self-sabotage is what happens when we refuse to consciously meet our innermost needs, often because we do not believe we are capable of handling them.
Okay.
And I feel like sometimes we kind of push ourselves down just because we don't think that we're capable of achieving like certain goals. Or you think you're not worthy of having this or stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Okay, I highlighted under that same section, sometimes we sabotage our self-talk because we believed in ourselves. We'd feel free to get back out in the world and take risks, and that would leave us vulnerable.
And where's that at again?
That's 13. Page 13, first paragraph, last sentence.
Okay.
And self-talk is important. Talk yourself up. And I just think that when she said, okay, sometimes we sabotage our self-talk because if we believe in ourselves, we'd feel free to get back out in the world and take risks, and that would make us vulnerable. So taking a risk is me doing this right now, you doing this right now.
Definitely.
So yeah, because I don't think, honestly, I don't think that I would do it by myself.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've always had the idea of like, you know, creating some type of like visual book club. You know how they got them out there. You know, everybody just talk about, you know, the book that you're reading.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think that I would do it by myself. And I used to always talk about it, and you know, you would have to be vulnerable to do it. And I think doing it by myself, I was just like, no.
Yeah.
But, you know, doing it with someone and my cousin, you know, so
Definitely.
it makes it a lot better.
I wouldn't do this at all.
Right.
I wouldn't even think about doing something like this. So.
But you read so many books, and
I
you should
mean-
talk about them.
I mean, yeah, but I just feel like that's just like a personal
Yeah, of
preference,
course,
you know.
yeah.
So like, but I'm also not like a camera person either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just read my little book and go about my day.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of books, I saw that boyfriend book
Oh.
at Barnes and Nobles.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm
It's
gonna get
good.
on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so more on chapter 1. Self-sabotage comes from unconscious negative associations. Page 15. It's the second paragraph and the last sentence. I'm always down for the last sentence.
Yeah.
I don't know why. The last sentence
It's the
fits for
concluding.
me. It's concluding.
concluding.
It's giving me everything. So your self-image is difficult to adjust because your brain's confirmation bias works to affirm your pre-existing beliefs about yourself. And that right there is like obviously something that I'm doing right now. I'm 31, and I think that knowing the woman that I want to be, knowing the woman that I want to become, that I'm becoming my Michelle Obama, you know, becoming. So my pre-existing beliefs about myself are kind of hard to change. Well, I won't say hard to change, but literally what the sentence says is that your brain confirmation works to say, hey, you're already used to this, just keep doing this. Whereas my conscious wants to be like, no, Brittney, you want to be this person, go be that person.
Yeah. And it's hard because like you can just get comfortable too. So it's like, it's just hard because like
It
you know
is.
you want to do something, but it's like, well, I'm right here, so now I have to get uncomfortable. So it's like, am I ready for that?
Right. Yeah. Question mark. Am I ready for that? That's for sure. What else you got?
Oh, I actually have that same paragraph, the first sentence.
Okay.
Your life is defined not only by what you think about it, but also what you think of yourself. And sometimes you cannot think highly of yourself. So it's like, if you're not thinking it about yourself, then you're not going to be able to,
Yeah.
you know, you're just not going to be able to do anything because it's like,
At all.
well, I feel like this, so I can't achieve that or I can't go do that. So,
I feel you on that. Yeah. Because if, you don't speak highly of yourself,
yeah.
then you ain't
And if you don't present that confidence, then nobody else is going to
yeah.
view you like that as well.
Is it confidence? Is, you know, some people just like just walk and confidence is just with them.
Yeah.
But it's all a mindset, you know? So it's like you walk in the room, you're the most confident, and if you think it, you can be it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And people will grasp onto that too. For sure.
Okay, let me see what else I got. Because she was really talking in chapter 1. But when we get to chapter 2 is good too. Because, I mean, she outlined your whole life in chapter 2. I think that's under same thing. Self-sabotage comes from unconscious negative associations. Page 17, first paragraph. First paragraph. I think that's a third, or these sentences are long. Third sentence, whatever. You have to recognize that being healthy makes you less vulnerable, not more. What do you think about that? Like when you read it, because you know how some people say like, you know, it's okay to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
But she's saying
It makes you less vulnerable.
and I'm thinking like in different ways of vulnerability, or how did you take that?
I don't know, because I feel like being healthy will make you more vulnerable because I feel like you're confident in yourself. You feel like you. So I feel like being I don't know if that would make me less vulnerable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I never thought about health with vulnerability either. So
okay, now I can get like, cause you know those people that have like diarrhea at the mouth and they tell all their business.
Oh, gross. What? I was like, diarrhea at the mouth.
They got diarrhea at the mouth and they just keep talking and talking and they talk about their lives and you just met them 5 seconds ago and you're like, now that is unhealthy.
Yeah, for sure.
But I guess in the way that you're saying, you know, hey, I'm healed, growth, all that good stuff. It's okay for me to talk about this. And I guess like when you are healed and when you do set boundaries with people, you kind of see what you, well, not see, but you kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You decide what you want to share, your vulnerability.
Yeah, and I feel like it make you more transparent too.
Yeah. Yeah, because honesty and transparency are 2 different things. Yeah.
For sure.
Understand that. Yeah. You can be as honest as you want. You're like, okay, that's great. But are you transparent? Exactly. Because, you know, someone says, oh, yeah, I went to the gym today. Great. You were honest. What did you do at the gym?
Right. Because you've been there for 10 minutes.
You've been there for 10 minutes. And
I went to the gym.
That's great. I went. I'm being honest with you. I went. Tell me what you did. Okay. I ate healthy today. What did you eat?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So back to that same paragraph. You have to recognize that being healthy makes you less vulnerable, not more. And that criticism comes with creating anything for the public and isn't a reason to not do it. You have to show yourself that there are many different ways to self-soothe. Oh, yeah, that's true. Many different ways to self-soothe that are more effective than unhealthy food choices and that are far more better ways to connect with others through negativity. And I remember us talking off camera, and you don't deal with a lot of negativity. Mm-mm. Talk on it. Speak on it. Man.
But I don't know. I guess I'm just not a person that just want, like, if you just keep talking about that, like, I don't think I would just continue talking to you.
Have you, like, cut friends off because of that? Or you just kind of, like, distance yourself because of that? Because sometimes when you're close with someone and they're just like a negative Nancy all the time, but it's like, dang, that's my best friend.
Yeah, but honestly, I never really had like a lot of negativity like coming from a friend. Like, of course, like your friends are gonna go through stuff. You know, they're gonna have, everybody have bad days.
Yeah.
And you know they want to talk about it with somebody, but it's just to constantly like be negative. I've never really had that.
Man. Kudos to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have my same friends since elementary school.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
That is so crazy.
Yeah. And then besides like the friends I made in college, like that's like the only people.
And you moved here with
a friend from elementary school.
Crazy. Shout out to Jasmine. That's crazy. All right, what you got?
I have like the whole like page 17, the paragraph. The paragraph title. Self-sabotage comes from what's unfamiliar. Like, I just have that highlighted.
Okay.
Because, you know, if something's unfamiliar to you, you're probably going to talk down on yourself. Like, this self-talk. Like, it might not be negative. It might be negative self-talk because it's like, it's unfamiliar. Like, I'm going to just sabotage myself into not doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's unfamiliar.
Exactly. Because she talks about, on page 18, under that same section, Gay Hendricks calls this your upper limit. Do you remember reading that?
Oh, I see it though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I was like, are you following me? Okay. Gay Hendricks talks about this is your upper limit or your tolerance of happiness. So it's crazy that, you know, some people, not me, but I've heard some people, you're like, hey, I got a good job. I have a good job. I eat healthy. I go to the gym. I do this. I do that. And I'm set. Like, that's all I need for my happiness. I'm not satisfied like that.
No.
No.
I need way more than that.
I'm Kanye West. I want the world. Okay.
Yeah,
How much does a world cost?
I need to be traveling. I need love.
Yeah.
Like, I just need more.
And even that, like, okay, I have my family. I have this. I have that. Like the perfect, cookie cutter, all that. It's like, oh, I'm good. No. There's
it's
more
gonna get
out
boring
there.
after a while.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
But then, okay, what you just said, that gets boring after a while. So it's like you're never satisfied.
I feel like eventually you will come to that. Cause
Are
you
like, always moving the goalpost?
I don't know.
Because that's your upper limit. So it's like once you reach that, are you going, I'm pushing a goalpost to make my upper limit even more.
Even higher.
But I think that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like your goals can change no matter what age, no matter how far you get in life.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Okay. Okay, cool. What else I got? Oh. Page 20 under how to get out of denial. So I'll just read the first two. Maybe this preliminary information about self-sabotage resonates a bit, or maybe it resonates a lot. Either way, if you are here because you truly want to change your life, you are going to have to stop being in denial about your personal state of affairs. And that's just like, get real. I'm a very blunt person, so it's like be for real.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you're going to accomplish your goals, or even your weight loss goals, or your career goals, or your love relationship goals, if you're doing things that are on the opposite side of that.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I wanna lose 10 pounds, but if I'm eating chips. I'm addicted to chips.
Me too.
So
I love a good chip.
I love a good chip, and I can't. And like I've advanced from hot Cheetos. I did have a bag of hot Cheetos the other day, but the Mike's hot honey chips.
I've been seeing those.
Man.
I want to try those.
See, you're not gonna get there, Shay. You're not gonna get there.
See what we just said.
You're not gonna get there. Because you can put me down for a good chip.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, you can put me down for a good chip.
For sure.
Because, and that's just like, that's just your discipline. Mm-hmm. And I would say discipline and food are very hard. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. What you got?
Maybe that's why it would make you less vulnerable, because like,
Are you having a breakthrough?
To be disciplined.
Say it again.
I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so
say it one more time. Say it one more time.
I said, so maybe that's what she mean, like being healthy. It makes you less vulnerable because like what it feels like to be disciplined.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Okay, breakthrough. So, because if you're not being a fat slob. If you're not being a fat slob and you're being disciplined, then what? Explain it again.
I don't know if that's making sense. Like, I feel like it makes sense in my head.
Say it again.
Okay, so I said maybe being healthy makes you less vulnerable because you're getting into discipline. So maybe like
the discipline makes you less?
Yeah, less vulnerable.
Because you can control it.
Yeah.
Breakthrough.
Yeah.
Because you can control the vulnerability.
Yeah.
Whether it's having diarrhea at the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've never heard that before?
No.
I definitely got that off a reality show. I don't know.
Like some Nene Leakes will say or something.
No, it's not Nene. It was a show on, was that? I don't know. Y'all, okay. If you know where I got that from, let me know. Okay? Because I've been saying that for years.
That's crazy. That's my first time ever hearing you say that.
Diarrhea at the mouth. Diarrhea at the mouth. Yes, you just talking. People say talking out the side of your neck.
Yeah.
Diarrhea at the mouth. Same thing. You just talking. Just blah. That's it. Okay. What you got?
I don't have nothing.
Oh. Chapter over? Nope. Okay. There's more.
Okay. Oh, I have page 24.
Okay.
Last chapter.
Okay. Last chapter?
I mean, last sentence.
Last sentence. Oh, last sentence. Okay.
Be this as it is, most people do not actually change their lives until not changing becomes the less comfortable option.
Oh, you keep, okay, keep going.
This means that they do not actually embrace the difficulty of altering their habits until they simply do not have another choice. And I agree with that because, like, once you hit rock bottom, like, you don't have another choice.
Yeah, because rock bottom is crazy.
Yeah, until to change.
Yeah.
Like,
Man.
it's the only option. It's really going to force you to be like, okay, what do I want to do next? I have to do something.
I have no choice.
I have no choice.
And it sucks when you don't have choices because you have choices, you know, but when you don't have a choice, dang.
Yeah.
You get your life together.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to get your life together.
You need to bring back those choices.
Bring back those choices. Okay. So you have options, you know? You don't have options, you ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on 23. I'm just go back. Page 23, 1, 2, 3, third paragraph. When you decide you truly do not want to ever, same thing what you're saying. Kind of goes with what you just said. When you decide you truly do not ever want to feel a certain way again, you set out on a journey of self-awareness, learning, and growth that has you radically reinvent who you are. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
That is true.
Become another person. Hopefully you're a good person.
Everyone says, hey, you can become a new person every day. Yeah. That's too many people. But, you can reinvent yourself however you want. Yeah. And I think, I won't say I think, I ain't no professional, just my own personal opinion about myself. But, when I think about me wanting to become someone else or become a better version of myself, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, especially where you want to go. Yeah, where you want to go. Beyonce. I want to do something big. Beyonce.
But it's also like,
what do you got?
When you don't know where you want to go, it's like, how do you even?
See, now have you never dealt with like negativity like that? I've never dealt with that. Okay. So talk about that.
It's just confusion. Like that's all it is. Just confusion.
Like,
in every way possible you can think of.
Really? I honestly, when it comes to like goals and what I want in life, always know. Always know.
I wish I've like had that, like, because I know it probably just like, okay, at least I know where I want to go. So it's like I can make those steps to go. But it's like when you don't know, it's like, what steps am I supposed to be taking?
Why don't you know?
I don't know.
Is it
everybody
like
not?
You don't think you found your passion?
No.
Or
no. And that's like, I don't know. Are you just born? Some people are just born to know what they want to do, I feel like. I don't know.
And you feel like you didn't? You just don't know.
I just don't know.
I mean, you're in the medical field now.
Yeah, but I don't want to stay there.
Yeah. Don't want to stay there.
At least I do know that. I'm not confused about that.
I know what I don't want, okay? That's that.
There's no confusion there.
So what is something that you do want to do? If somebody said, sky's the limit, you could do anything in the whole entire world that you want to do, what is it Marshay is going to say?
Travel.
Travel. Okay, so I think when we dive into chapter 2, that's going to make more sense because she talks about, when we get there. But yeah, so you would just want to travel. Travel, make money.
I would travel. I would like to travel and make money. So I've looked into jobs, I thought about flight attendant, but I don't know.
Can't save people alive.
I'm in the medical field.
It's different. You're on land.
Yeah.
You're on land. You can save you here, baby. I can save you
and
right
I'm like,
here.
the airplane's just so small. Like, get out my way. Like,
yeah.
I got broad shoulders. You get out my way.
They get broad shoulders.
These shoulders is gonna be
broad
in
shoulders is crazy. Move. move out my way.
You see these shoulders coming through?
Right.
So,
Man, flight attendant? Yeah. Okay, what else? You could do, I would say travel agent. And then, they can't do that?
No, I'm not looking up stuff for nobody but me.
Oh, my bad. Okay, don't reach out to Shay to book your flight because she doesn't want to, okay? I mean, you could be one of those people that travel and then do a review.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not a camera person.
Shay. The options are limitless here, but dang, you are breaking them down.
Okay.
You are crossing.
But I also feel like I want to go back and use my degree. I have a degree in criminal justice.
Okay.
So I feel like, I've always wanted to go into forensics.
Okay.
So I guess I do have something.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get back into that realm.
How are we getting back in that?
Supposed to be going to a master's program.
Okay.
In forensic studies.
So,
but the only thing with that is self-sabotage again, because it's okay.
Not you pointing out your own self-sabotage. That's good though. That's good. The mountain is you. The mountain is you. But keep going.
Because I also feel like I'm self-sabotaging myself because I don't know. Okay, I get this degree. Is it going to actually help me?
Are you gonna help yourself?
I mean,
with the degree.
Yeah, but it's when you don't have experience, a degree really don't matter. I feel like.
So why not start getting into the?
That's why I've been applying for jobs.
In your degree.
Yeah.
And what does that consist of?
I just did a legal assistant, legal secretary. I did a
paralegal.
No, it's not a paralegal. It's a legal assistant. Two different things.
Oh,
because a paralegal you have to have a certificate.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
And then I did I applied for a forensic position.
What
else have I applied for?
911 operator.
Tried that. I can't type. I'm not that good. I took the test and baby, I failed.
You failed?
Failed.
Get back up, try again.
You had to listen and type it. I'm like.
I'm not a fast typer, so I understand. I can't. No, I know there's people out there that can type their butts off. I'm not one of those people. Yeah. I am a clicker. I am. I can't type. I cannot type. I'm not in that world.
I feel like I've gotten better, being in the healthcare field now, because all you do is type. So I feel like I've gotten better at it. So maybe I'll try it again. But also I've heard stories about that, and they just so depressing.
What?
Just being a
911 operator? Yeah, I can
I've
only
heard
imagine.
Some crazy stories.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
So what about, is there anything in healthcare within criminal?
Yeah, I mean, you have healthcare fraud.
Ooh.
So I thought about that.
What's going on with that? Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm.
And you still have the cyber crime and stuff that all people, try to hack into the people files and do ransom.
Man, would you do that?
Yeah, I'll do something like that.
That's cool.
So yeah, I mean that's why I think I want to go back into get my degree in forensics. So
all right. Yeah. Well, kudos to you, Shay. Because I could not go back to school.
I know you said that.
Never. For what?
But also I feel like you also doing what you you found your passion in. So it's me, I'm still figuring out. So it's I feel like my next best option is to go back to school.
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, so what they say online, Black women are bored.
Yeah, they go back to school. And literally, I'm bored.
I'm bored.
I don't have nothing to take away my time. Might as well go back to school.
Single.
Girl
ain't got no pet.
Hey, I don't got nothing.
Girl ain't got no fish.
I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. Not a piece of a man, nothing.
Not a piece of a man, anything.
Nothing.
Damn, I feel you. I feel that. Yeah, I feel you on that. Okay, so that was chapter 1, right? You got anything else? Preparing for radical change.
Oh, I was about to say that.
Oh, go ahead.
I have the last sentence.
Okay.
If they come to terms with how unhappy they are, it means that they will have to temporarily be more uncomfortable, ashamed, or scared while they start all over.
Amen to that. If they come to terms with how unhappy they are, it means they will have to temporarily be more uncomfortable, ashamed, or scared while they start over.
And I feel like that would be me starting over with school.
Yeah.
Like I've came to terms that I'm not happy with where I'm at. So it's like I will be starting all over.
Man, I can imagine books and all that stuff. And
I don't know. I gotta have to tap back into being a student.
Yeah. Kudos to anybody that's going back to school. Kudos to Shay, my sister, anybody that's going back to school, because I would say going back to school after a certain age.
Yeah,
especially you've been out of it for a while, so it's like that's not even your routine anymore.
Like I can see if you did it like went straight after school, like you still in the mindset,
right?
And it's like, oof,
man. I mean, kudos to people that even get their doctorate degree. Yeah. Man, that's a lot of writing.
It is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because I had thought about like forensic psychology.
Ooh,
you have to go get your doctorate. I'm like,
come on, Dr. Shay. Come on, Dr. Gordon. Come on. Wait, it was one. But yeah, I just think that overall, chapter 1, being introduced to, what she said, being introduced, the mountain is you. And yeah, we got a lot of reading to do. But as she says, the first sentence, there is nothing holding you back in life more than yourself. So that concludes. You got anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right. Well, that concludes chapter 1. And stay tuned for chapter 2. And we are so excited to continue to read The Mountain Is You by, how do you say it? Is it Brianna?
Yeah.
Brianna, it's not West.
Weist.
Brianna, we love you, girl.
Yeah,
okay.
Brianna W.
B-Dub. Okay. B-Dub. Okay. All right. Thank y'all. That was chapter 1. All right. Oh, Shay, where can they follow you?
Oh, Marshay or Alicia.
Look in the camera. The camera's up there.
Oh, Marshay or Alicia.
Producer Britt on all platforms. Are you just on Instagram or where are you?
I'm on Instagram, Twitter.
You tweet?
Not really. But I'm on there.
Okay.
I use not as much as I used to.
Do you Reddit? Do you have a Reddit?
No. What is it?
All right. So that was that, and that was that.